What is going on, everybody? My name is Hyun. Welcome to a brand new video. It has been a month, but we are finally back.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We are back. We are back.
In today's video, we'll be talking about Bodycam's update version 0.1.3.1, also known as the Halloween update. And also, before we get into this video, I just want to say to all my viewers that actually celebrated Halloween, I hope y'all had a very safe and happy Halloween. I hope y'all got plenty of candy. And for those of you that trunk or treat, I hope you fuck yourself. But without further ado, we gotta jump into this video because there were lots of important changes that they made before we can even talk about the zombies proportion of it. So as you can see, they added in a knife attack. If you press X, it activates. To be honest, it's not that great. The range on it is really janky and it hits for like 5 feet. But since you're playing the zombies mode and every zombie can one-tap you, if you let a zombie get that close, chances are it's lunging at you and killing you anyways. If I have to be completely honest, the second feature of the knife is much more interesting to me because they also added in reload canceling finally. If you knife or switch your weapon, you'll stop mid-reload. Doesn't really help you very much for the shotguns. However, if you're AR or SMG only, could save your life in a pinch. They also did a significant update to character movement. It feels slightly less chunky. However, if I'm being honest, that's counteracted by the fact that the zombies map has a couple hitboxes that are out of place still. I will give them their respect. It is the playtest. However, it didn't feel that much different because I was still getting trapped on certain doors, cages, and whatnot. It's still fixed technically, just not in zombies. They tweaked the ADS speed to make it a little bit faster. There was also a really weird hand glitch, so they fixed that as well. And last but not least, a little bit of a controversial decision of themselves. They added in health regeneration, and if I have to be honest, myself personally, I don't have any complaints about it because realistically, if you get hit by a bullet in this game, 3/4 of the time you're fucking dead anyways. However, I can see why people don't like it. From my experience playing multiplayer, if they didn't tell us about it, chances are you wouldn't have noticed. As you can see from this pop-up, our store and inventory is going through a maintenance change at this current moment. From my understanding of reading through the patch notes, they picked the nicest way of saying, wow, our player base is fucking dog shit at customizing, and they've decided to take a more Fortnite opted route where every item actually just has its own outfit pre-built with it. They've also stated that for items you've already bought, you'll get a full outfit in return that includes said item, and for weapon customization, they don't go as deeply into it. However, we're going to be able to customize our weapons a little better, so I hope that includes adding scopes. Also, sidebar, I don't know what pay-to-win gotcha retard was begging for this shit. However, they added it in where we can spend real money on the skins now, so I guess that's something. I'm staying free to play though. As for other changes, they claim that they did something different to public pool. I'm not gonna sit here and try to gaslight you guys into thinking that I play public pool a lot. However, I'm just 90% sure that they opened up this spawn area that I'm in here and made it a little more accessible. They also added a new weapon called the Foztech. I'm not gonna sit here and describe it to you for a while just because it's literally just the haymaker from Black Ops 3. Anyways, here's a clip of me busting people's ass with it. There's no way that's not a fucking kill. They also fixed a glitch where you could steal your enemy and teammates' guns. Honestly, I think it's cooler if they added that in. Imagine being mid-melee combat and you just yoink the gun from someone and kill them with it. Is that not the male fantasy of being a spy and just going hand-to-hand against a gun? I don't know, bro. I'm tripping maybe. They also made it easier to pick up weapons by tweaking their item detection, as well as making it easier to see the items by removing their decals when they're on the floor. Last but not least, before we finally make it to the zombies mode, they also did a little bit of a UI change at the ending of the game, so you can see a little more in specific of what you actually did for your team, as well as how it affects your actual elo. And we finally made it through all of our changes, and it's time to talk about our actual zombies mode. Now, this zombies mode was added in order to firstly celebrate Halloween, and secondly to commemorate 4 months since their launch. Wow, it's been 4 months since I gave up on being a content creator. The playtest for the game will end November 3rd, however, it will be a permanent mode after all their actual bugs and tweaks are made. If I'm being completely real, this video should have been launch ready by the 2nd. However, because I had so much fun on the zombies mode, I couldn't stop myself from continuing the grind. I'm not sure if it's dorky to say it, but ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to Reissad. Not once, but twice. The first time we cracked the top 50, and then the second time we made it into the top 28, with an extremely deep round 166. And I ain't gonna lie, I low-key fell asleep for part of it. But with that good news out of the way, I can break down the entire map and give you guys my honest opinion on it. As for the map itself, it's called ASYLUM. To be honest, it's actually not that bad of a map. It's a 4-layer building building. You have your main spawn point building, floor 1, 2, and then you also have the basement as well. The main objective of this map is to explore the asylum, figure out the spooky mystery music box Easter eggs. I ain't even gonna cap to you guys, we opened all of them and I'm like 90% sure it's just in-game lore. I don't think it actually does anything. Turn on the power, jump in the elevator, and get the fuck down to Diddy's basement. To go a little more in depth, I feel like the main floor is really just your choose your own adventure. You go left or you go right. Floor 1 is when you get the rest of your equipment, and I'm not gonna lie, it's usually when shit goes a little bit haywire. You also have the balcony that you can camp on if you want to. As for floor 2, you really just go there to get the elevator. You're really not going back up there for anything else. As for the basement, aka the caution button, I don't know, man, it's where they tortured the crazies at some point. You also have access to your control room and also your gun room, which is the red cage that you're seeing on screen right now. Also, just a little sidebar, I don't know if there's actually a boss on this map. However, there's this weird little glitch where this guy goes on your screen sometimes. It just like flashes there. You can't really shoot him or anything, but fucking roll up. Let's do it. As I mentioned before, it's an infinite round-based game, so it's kind of endless in that cycle. There are generators to give power. I will say right off the bat, you can only have a generator on for certain rooms at a time, so if you have a generator on in one room, chances are your buddy's about to get blacked out on. All generators have labels on what they power, as well as what level you need to unlock them. Since there's no points in this game, you unlock it based off what level you are in the game. You can unlock every room on the map by round 12, so it definitely benefits you to either camp it out or just play smart on what you're entering. You won't get elevator until round 10. There's literally no reason for you to run around floor 2 and kill yourself. You can either use the power to open up the jail door, or you can even wait for zombies to break through the breakable ones. There's multiple ways to get around the map. They did low-key kind of like Call of Duty's mystery box feature. Boxes reset every couple rounds, so it's not like you can farm them like it's COD. In order to balance out that there's no power-ups, perks, and that you're one-shot to every zombie on the map, they give you maximum ammo, which is honestly kind of a fair trade in hindsight if you're going for high rounds. They do also spawn random guns on the ground and on the walls, just placed around the map randomly, so it's definitely worth taking a peek around. One thing I will add in as well, I love the fact that you actually have to use your flashlight and laser sight. In multiplayer, if you use the flashlight or laser sight, chances are you're getting domed from across the map. However, because the map is so dark, it honestly makes it a necessity, making it a completely different playstyle that you need to bring into the gameplay. There are wave alarms. I'm gonna keep it a buck, get rid of them. They're annoying as fuck. The EMP alarms are even worse, basically because they couldn't copy hellhounds or witches or whatever the fuck Call of Duty's done across the years. They decided to bring it a completely different approach by just EMPing it so the map has no power for certain times. Well, in hindsight, it's not that bad of an idea. It takes away a lot. Firstly, it locks down all of the doors in the basement, so it's basically a free round for anyone that's made it down there. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. However, we take those, especially when you make it down there. It's a fucking pain in the ass. Wave alarms are painful. I swear to God, they literally ripped off the siren head noise. They did add basement cameras for the control room. I thought that was really cool. However, I struggled to get out of them. Turns out it's backspace, just FYI. Zombies do take fall damage. That's useful because they'll literally catapult themselves off the stairs to kill you, as you guys saw earlier in the gameplay. As I mentioned before, there is hidden lore and secrets. I don't think it actually does anything for you. To be real, I think it's just them headcanoning how the zombies actually got there. I don't know though. There's TVs that display what round you're on that are spread around the map. And while the music at first is really nice, it kind of gets annoying once you get to like round 70 plus. To be honest, I don't really know how to explain it. Usually the Reissad team is really good for their audio. However, here I just feel like half of it was really immersive and then the other half of it was sort of just what the fuck was what, why? And one thing that they did with movement that I personally don't mind as much as I thought I would is that they removed jumping, climbing, and team killing. At first, I thought that jumping and climbing was going to be really annoying. However, I didn't mind it as much. Team killing, that shit saves my ass a lot. No one really aims. When they see a zombie, they will spray through you. They don't give a fuck. They treat you like a ghost. And last but not least, as for the zombie leaderboard, as y'all probably can guess by now, they treat it by survival time. Yo boy, the GOAT, the Reissad 28. Ooh. Overall, my final thoughts on the map itself, I really did enjoy it. However, if the next map they drop sucks, this map is also sucky in my opinion. This map almost reminds me of like a B0.1, Keener to Toten, or even like The Giant or a World at War Zombies map. If the next map sucks, this map also sucks. Does that make sense? It's kind of like Shadows of Evil. Obviously, Shadows of Evil isn't the greatest thing on the fucking planet. However, we accepted Shadows of Evil because we got that sick Dragon Bow map right after that. Like, if If the Dragon Bow map sucked, Shadows of Evil was ass cheeks. However, it all just depends on what the boys are cooking up, you know what I mean? Overall, I'm sure they're gonna crush it as usual. Personally, myself, I thought this was a fantastic update. It was definitely worth the month wait, and based off of just what I'm seeing on Steam charts alone, I think the community agrees. Before this update came out, we were rocking around 500 concurrent players a day, and now we're smashing to 1,500. With our community slowly coming back, I think the zombies mode honestly could save body cams. I'm an enthusiast for this game. I'm gonna keep making content as long as it keeps doing well, but regardless of what you guys think, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. My name's Hyun. Please join the Rice Bowl, and I will see you bitches later. Peace out, everybody.